Hi guys, I'm playing Delta Force Mobile. This is Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. There's a stylus right there. I'll just show you that it is the 5 because obviously you see it's got all these options. The 7 wouldn't have this, and it's only the 6 that ended. They ended the support for the S Pen. Right. The other thing I'm using as well is this. It's a Milox Trust wireless gamepad. It also supports Bluetooth. It's got RGB left and right thumbsticks. It's got X, Y, A, B, which is RGB. It's got select start buttons, turbo, home, D-pad. It's got a reset slot here. So if you don't map it properly, you can just put a pin in there and it will reset the whole gamepad. The first option is Game Pass, cloud gaming. The second option is iPhone, like iPad. The third option is Android, and then the fourth option is PC. That's wireless controller, so it'll be recognized as an Xbox controller if you use this on PC or on Asus ROG Ally or Steam Deck, whatever you want to use. It's also stretchy, so you can put your tablet in here. You cannot charge your phone, but you can charge this. It won't charge your phone. Right, so I finished all that. This app that I'm using, like I told you guys, does require USB debugging. And it does require wireless debugging, and it also requires I'm trying to think of the word. It also requires wireless debugging. It also requires USB debugging. It also allows things to appear on the screen. You can do all of that in the settings on Samsung, but you can also do it again on the USB debugging. How do you get into that debugging thing? You need, where it says about phone in your settings, you need to go to about phone, and then in about phone you look for, there'll be a list of options. You tap on the one that says software information. When you tap on software information, there'll be a list of things there. You look for the one called build and you tap it 10 times on your screen, and then it will tell you the developer. You come out of that option, then you go into settings, all your settings, scroll right to the bottom. USB debugging will be now active. Debugging developer options will be now available, and then you tap on developer options and all the list will be there for developer options, and that's how you do it. Right, so most of the things I would want to change in this will not be possible because I'll tell you why. I also told you these options are separate. This is operations and this is warfare. Make sure you select the option that you want, because you might map this, get in the game, and your gamepad's not working and say, oh, nothing's working. No, you selected the wrong games. So this is operation. This is where you loot, and this one is warfare. This is the one with the tanks, the helicopters, all that stuff. It's warfare. Make sure you map your controller for the right option. So don't blame the game and say it's not working. You probably chose operations instead of warfare. You need to come back into warfare and change everything. Right, so I'm using this one. You can select the one you want. I use the first one. Like I said, I think this is a bit more touch. So you see all this stuff here? Okay, it does have this option here. That's for healing. And what I want to do is I want to try and put it together with this one. And then this one as well. That one is, I don't know what that is. I think that's like selecting something. That's for vaulting. I don't vault, I just use jumping, because I think jumping and this vaulting are similar options. All the gadgets, I have them mapped. And if I wanted to see the mapping, I could just press, you see when I press the select button on the gamepad, it shows you all those small icons. So all I need to do is make sure that it's together. So the zip line and the healing should work together, because it's right in the middle of those two. But the one that I also need to map is also this one, because I think that's the box. I think this is the one, the supply box one, that option. I also don't know what this one is. I don't know what that does. I suspect that this is another zooming in function, but I've never used it. And this one here as well. I like to put them together, so if I wanted to use them at a later date, I can. Right, let me see, what else do I want to do in here? The options are quite limited because the gamepad doesn't have a lot of buttons, or it's got no back buttons that I can map. If it had back buttons, that would have helped a lot. And the other issue as well is the buttons are already assigned on the gamepad of what they do, like select start, have their own setting. You can't map them. Turbo can't be mapped. I mean, you could probably map turbo, but you see, even if I press down on the gamepad, Because you see this one, this comes out, right? And let me just put this back up there. So if I press turbo, it doesn't produce anything. If I press down on a button, you see it should, you see it's glowing red. That means it's assigned. All the buttons are already assigned, so there's not much that I could do here that's going to benefit me in any other way, in any other shape or form. I also said if you're going to map this, try to make sure they're in the middle of the actual button you want them to use. It just gives you a much better aim, like a better action. Right, so I think L3 here is for swapping to my main weapon. But the problem is I do like to use the supply boxes, and I don't know what button to use. Like I said, I could remove the jump button, but then there's a lot of places in this game that you need to jump. So then I think, why not the crouch then? If you remove the crouch, that means if you're on a map that doesn't have many hills, then you want to take cover. What are you going to do? Because you can't prone all the time. Prone is to lie flat on the ground. So crouching, you do need to crouch. You need to jump. Delta Force has got a lot of places where you jump, especially if you're on that map with water. You know, when you're coming in out of the water, you need to have that ability to jump. There are certain places in this game where you need to jump as well. You know, jump over obstacles. It's not always where you can just run through. Proning, because I've got my secondary, and my secondary is called sniper scope. It's like a sniper thing that I use. So obviously I need to prone, because if you're proning down and using that secondary, you get a much better result for headshots. Then crouching, like I said, if you're taking cover, you need to crouch. So there's a lot here that you got to think about. You can't just map everything. It's impossible to map every occasion, you know. But what you try to do is you try your best to alleviate things. So the options that you might have, that I think I have, is that I'm thinking about the scope. You know, the scoping for the secondary weapon is up there. If I take this one for supply box and put it up there, so I could go for the scope for the secondary, and then I could be using it for the supply boxes, because I could actually move this up there. You see, that's an option. It's an option that's available. Oh yeah. Check this out. This one actually says I can use that, because I think that's a swapping button as well. See that? I didn't see it before. That's like a binoculars. I think those are emojis. There's a speaker, there's a mic there, and that looks like a swapping. So that means that I can free one up here. So that might just give me the ability to use a supply box. You see, I hadn't seen it. It's up here. It looks like a swapping, but I can't use it inside here. So I'm gonna close this. And what I'm going to do, this one looks like it's for swapping, you see? So what I'm going to do here is that I could actually use one of these buttons instead. And so when I use mine, like so, I could actually see the one that I want to use. So if I choose that I want to use, you see when I'm pressing that button, I'm pressing a button. So I want you guys to see what I'm doing, because I don't want you to say I'm just pressing. No, look, when I press down, you see the button that goes red? So I want to use that as my swapping of the weapon thing. And I think I've just found the one that allows that. Right, so what I want to do here is, it's kind of small. Make it slightly bigger. You see it swaps weapons. Then go back to mine. And then kind of put it smack bang in the middle. Because you need this to kind of be the same size. It just makes it easier when I press down. It's actually inside, so that's going to work nicely, see? So now when I press, it's going to swap the weapon. Now what does that free up? It frees up the D-pad. So the D-pad is there. Now the issue is that I do have a pistol on me. You got two, a primary, secondary, and you got a pistol, and you've got a melee. But the melee one does come out if the enemy is too close to you. So you don't need to have the melee so close to you. But that's the pistols. So, you know. But the thing is, I've never used it. I've never used it in Delta Force ever. I've never used it. So that frees this for the supply box. And then this button here, that's for the zip line. and this. So if that's not working properly in the game, I could always go back in the settings and remove the supply box and just have these separate. So now I can heal. I'll be able to heal my teammates and use the zip line, you see? But for now, I just want to do a test to see if this is going to work. So what I'm going to do here is, usually you can just leave it as it is, or you can save as. So if you want to save this, it's going to give me the keyboard, and I'm going to write it down here. I'm going to put delta, and I'm going to write like F3, because I'm sure I've got similar ones. And when you say that, okay, it's saying symbols. I think the dot. So I'm going to put it again, delta. You can name it what you like, but obviously you don't want to get confused, because you can create many different profiles for other games. So I'm going to put delta F3 because I've got other options, and then it's saved. If I go to my configs, and I've got DLF2 up there. So for example, if I did decide, wait, I don't know which one I pressed. I want this one, and then I'll press delete, and it's gone. You see, now I've only got delta F vehicle, delta F helicopter, and delta F3. So F3 is the main one now. Why am I doing that? Because I don't want to have too many. And then you have to click save up here, and it saves the layout. Now, like I said, if the supply box thing isn't working properly here, I can then ignore the supply, because I don't use the supply box that much. Because when you gun down your enemies, they always leave like health packs and weapon things on the ground. So I'll be able to now use the zipline and the healing, so I can heal my team members. So if that doesn't work for me, I'll just use it over here. I'm just showing you how you map. That app is helping me. It's Mantis Pro, yeah? I told you it's free to download on Play Store. And it's working with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, and it's working with this gamepad. So if you want this to work, like I said, make sure that the phone, the app, the application, and your phone support the gamepad, and the features are supported, like USB debugging, wireless debugging, location, all that stuff works on your phone. Don't blame the gamepad and say the gamepad doesn't work or the app doesn't work. It's your phone that's not compatible with the app or the gamepad. Right, and I told you, be careful here. If it's operations you play, you have to select operations. If it's warfare you play, you select warfare. So don't map this, get in the game, oh, it's not working. It's not working because you mapped operations. It's always going to be saying operations when you come in here. You need to change it to warfare. So don't map the wrong thing, get in the game, and oh, it's not working. No, go back into controls, make sure, just check, oh, I did the wrong one, it's operations. Select warfare, and then customize. You understand? Make sure it's perfect. Right, I'm going into graphics. I'm using ultimate. Quality increase for battle visuals, lower if lag, overheating, or high power use occurs. I'm using ultimate. FPS, adjust smoothness, lower if lag, overheating, or high power use occurs. I use ultimate. Graphic style, I use vivid. Others, depth of field, yes. Bloom, yes. Water reflection, yes. Anti-aliasing, yes. Volumetric lighting, yes. Flash eye protection mode, yes. I don't use enable ray tracing. I don't think mine supports all that. And then obviously all this is I don't touch all this other stuff. Right, so I'm going to jump back in the game. Like I said, I've just mapped it. I want to see if things are working. The one thing I can say, the advantage for me is that I don't usually use the supply boxes that much. So that's now a huge advantage to me, because I've found out that one button will swap from my primary to the secondary. That saves me a lot of time. That freed up 2 buttons for me to map. So that means now I can actually assign a button for zipline and a separate one for healing. So the healing one, if you understand what I mean, when my teammate falls down, I was finding it difficult to press the button and play the game. Now I don't have to do that. But of course, just because I've mapped it doesn't mean it's in my memory. I might even forget. That's why I put this up here. I might forget, and I don't use the stylus when I touch. I just touch with my finger. So I might get confused and forget how I mapped it. So I like keeping it at the top here. You understand? So that's how I do this. So what I'm saying is I don't want you guys to think that I have such a fantastic muscle memory. I might not even remember the buttons I use for those. So that's why I keep it up here. So if I forget, I just tap here. Oh yeah, I need this to go up, and then I check. See? So yeah, so it just helps me. It helps me to keep the app up here. So just in case I need to check on it. Can this work on your phone? Yes, it will work. But like I said, make sure the phone has the functions for the app. Like I also told you, watch a lot of YouTube videos and find out what people are talking about in terms of apps that are available now for mapping. Find out what is good. Find out what is good. Wait a minute. Is that not for changing weapons? Oh wow, it's for inspection. Damn, it doesn't change, it doesn't swap the stuff out. Right, so that's gonna be a bit of a mess up now. It's gonna be a bit of a mess up. I have to change that back. It doesn't swap your weapon. I thought it did, it doesn't. So the good thing about this game is it actually allows you to change stuff. So it knows I'm in warfare. I need to swap that out because the way I have it set up, I didn't realize it's not going to work for what I wanted to do. So I'm going to put that back where it's supposed to be. And the D is not going to work for this one. I won't be able to swap back. So that's a bit of a blunder. No, I didn't realize what was going to happen. So this will have to come back here for my secondary. And then these ones, I'm going to be testing this. That's zipline and healing of my teammates. And the good thing about this is I do not need to save it again. It will just automatically work. It's just going to work, you see. So if I do this, you see, it's gone back to normal. But like I said, I will need to find out if the zipline and the healing can work together. Now, how did I do it? I actually aligned them together. So alignment, it just means that one is overlapping the other one, and then I put the button smack back as right, like I put it right in the middle of the two apps. In this game, there'll be like there's gonna be like tanks and stuff. I wanna put my my beacon somewhere around here. I like put it in places where people will never look. But of course, if they're using tanks in this game, they're gonna blow. They'll destroy some of these areas, and they might destroy. Who's shooting me? Oh! Wow! Damn! I was about to use. What are these guys? Are these our guys? Oh! Wow! You see, I told you they use tanks in this map, right? So if I do this, I can request for help. I can simply give up. So the one thing I want to test now is the zipline and the healing. Is it going to work for me? Can I use the zipline and heal my teammates? I need to move that beacon because this dude is using a tank, and he's definitely going to destroy that where I put that beacon. Oh damn! Oh, he's on the hill. I'm running towards him. Right. There you go. I've highlighted him. Now I'm kind of stuck. I will leave it in here. I know I'm gonna die. But I had to leave it somewhere else because that dude's gonna destroy that beacon. Right. So basically, what I'm saying is, the things I want to test right now is just basically if I can heal my colleagues. Right. So here's coming a test. He's gone. Oh, let's see. All right. Can I use my zipline? Right. I can still use the zipline. That's good news. I can still use the zipline. But I want to find out if I can actually heal my teammates. Come on. Ah! I want to find out if I can heal my teammates. Right, this video only ends after I discovered that the zipline is working. I can still zipline, but I want to find out, can I heal my team member or not? So that's where my interest is at right now. That's where my interest is. Can I heal my team member with what I've done? If it works, then that's gonna be fantastic. Oh yeah, you know what? I can actually save the beacon in here, and hopefully that will help my team members out. That's a pity, you know, that inspection. I don't even know why they put it there. It looks like an icon to swap. Looks like an icon to swap your primary from your primary to your secondary, isn't it? But it just didn't benefit. These guys are using a tank or a jeep or something. You can just hear the explosions and stuff. Right, so I think this is up here. The zip line is working, that's good. But my ooh, damn, that thing's up here. That's a tank. Oh, look at him. Let's see, can I get it? Oh! Oh my gosh. He's trying to do a roadkill on me. Ah! Wow! He went over me. What the hell? He's trying to kill me. He got me in the end.